Okay folks, so here you see we have our Universal Laser Systems printer. We have our computer that we were just working at to design and print our design on our pine box. Underneath we have a blower unit that's actually going to pull the fumes out of the laser engraver and push them out the window out of our exhaust vent there we have installed into our window. So the first thing you need to do, now we're ready to print and we've done everything but hit the play button on the screen. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that our printer is on. And you can see there we have a power button, an up and down, a pause, and a start. Now instead of hitting the play button, you could actually hit the start button here. And if you notice, you can see that green light there on the top right hand side of the start button. That's telling me that I'm ready to print. I have all my settings correct and I could print. Okay. Now what I want you to do is, one of the first things you need to do is, after you've made sure the window is open, you need to go ahead and flip the red switch on the exhaust vent. And you can see there, as I zoom in, there's a red switch there right around the middle of the screen, and you're going to see me flip this with my hand to turn this on. Okay, now I'm going to zoom out, right, and I'm going to come back up to my laser engraver. And I'm going to go ahead and open the hood here so you can see inside. Now inside of this laser engraver, we have our printable surface. Okay, and in the top and left sides, there's a ruler. And you can see here as I zoom in, you can see there that I have a ruler, and there's a top left corner. And if you notice, when we engraved in the top left corner of our design printing area, our maximum printing area. So that's where we're going to go ahead and put and place our project. After you place your project in there, simply all you have to do is you're going to go ahead. You notice how I have a red dot there flashing on the start button now, saying that, wait a second, your door's open, you can't print right now. So all I have to do is go ahead and shut my hood. That's going to turn to a solid green. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and either hit the start button on my control panel on my Universal Laser Engraver. Now that I've showed you how to print, let's see what it's actually doing. Okay, so over here we have our computer with our image on there, and we've looked at the the laser engraver, and we've noticed that that start button there in the middle has a solid green light. And if I go ahead and I flip this up, I can put my project in there, okay, in the top left hand corner, okay, and I can go ahead and shut the lid, and I have a green light, so I can either hit the start button there, or I can go over on the computer and hit the play button. I'm going to hit the start button on the CNC, or the laser engraver. So I go ahead and hit the start button, and I'm going to flip this up so that we can see what it's doing in there. And I'm going to take the camera over there so we can actually see what it's doing. And you can see there, I'm actually starting to get an image onto my piece. And you can see every once in a while you see a really bright light, and that's the flash of the laser there actually cutting into the material. And you can see there that it's actually making my son's name Hudson. Okay? This will take roughly around 4 to 5 minutes to print, depending on the size of the image, the complexity of the image, things like that. But we'll just let it go for a few seconds, and we'll watch it a little bit longer and watch it print my son's name, Hudson. When it's all finished, the laser bar, that gray bar you see there, that's going to return to the home position, which is in the very top of the machine. And you may hear a little chime on the laptop that tells you your project is done. And then you can just simply go in, lift up your hood, and retrieve your project. Okay, so here you can see it's almost finished up. It's just finishing up the last little bit of the H and a little bit of the D. So here shortly you'll see that it's just going to be printing just those two, if you can see that bright flash. But I wanted to show you what it's going to look like when it's finished, how that laser head is going to return back to its home position and basically reaching in there and grabbing our project. Okay? The printer's only going to print when the lid is down. Okay? It's got a safety feature built right in. And if I lift the lid up, that laser is going to turn to a red dot just to show you that, yes, the machine is on. This is where the laser head is at the time. You can see there that it's just about done. It's returning to its home position now. I'm going to go ahead and lift the hood. And there I can see that my son's name